I've been robbed more than once, and honestly, cameras won't stop people from robbing you, but it gives you a little bit of peace of mind if they do, and it also acts as a deterrent. And with that being said, I wanted to put some respect on Ubiquiti's name in the CCTV space, because it's more than just CCTV. It's AI alerts, an automatic gate and door access system with a great software experience and diverse hardware. From high-tech PTZ cameras all the way to USB-C powered wireless units. Welcome to my Protect home setup. My name's Alex. Let's dive in. Sure, I could just throw a cheap camera up on the wall and it would work. Kind of. But I want a system that records round the clock, not just motion activated, and I don't want to have to change any batteries. I want AI integration, facial recognition, and even ANPR that will automatically open my gates. I want cameras outside, but also inside, so I can check on my dog whilst he's on the sofa. And for all of this, I honestly haven't found a better system. Now, it can get a little bit confusing because there's multiple recorders within the Unify ecosystem, and some of them are standalone and some of them are built into Ubiquiti's routers. Like I have here, the UDM Pro Max has hard drive slots in that can run Protect and record your cameras. There are some other standalone options like the Cloud Key Gen 2 Plus or bigger recorders which have multiple drives and failover. What matters is how many cameras you want to run. Now, whilst we're talking about hardware, quickly, this down here is the AI key, and it's built from the ground up for Unify Protect to bring AI surveillance to your cameras. But we'll talk more about this towards the end of the video. Oh, and by the way, do some of you remember Unify Video? Well, yeah, that's long gone and was replaced with Unify Protect, and this new system has been amazing. Now, Unify make a whole host of cameras, from large PTZs with really awesome AI tracking to small little inconspicuous cameras like the G5 Flex, and even bullet cameras on my gate that have AI and can open my gates when the car is detected. All the cameras are powered via PoE, except the wireless ones, which makes the installation really easy. All the cameras don't need to connect directly back to the recorder. They can basically live anywhere on your network. For example, I have cameras connected to different network switches and was even able to run a single data cable down to my gates that runs both cameras down here. This makes installation so much easier. But the real key here is AI. Yes, all the cameras themselves have stellar audio and video quality, but the software is really where Protect comes alive. It can detect things like people, cars, animals, but that's just basic. When you bring the AI into it, it can recognize license plates and specific people's faces. Now, we've already made a full video on this, but my front gate. It uses LPR to recognize number plates from the camera, and then the gate just opens. No apps, no buttons. The most ridiculous one? I trained it to scare off birds in my garden. With a simple alarm that says if an animal is detected, it can trigger the speaker to play a gunshot sound effect that will scare off the birds. Is it really that crazy if it works? False alerts would make all of this fall apart really quickly though, and that is why the AI is a really important key to this mission. We don't want a notification when a spider crawls across our camera or a leaf blows across the yard. That will get annoying super quickly. Now with the AI, we can be alerted for specific things. I use it all the time, for example, to check on where my dog is in the garden and if parcels have been delivered. And the system above all is just really responsive, and that's not something I've seen from a lot of CCTV manufacturers. The apps are usually clunky and it's hard, or sometimes not even worth the effort to go back and look at recorded footage. And on this page, you can add specific things to cameras like crossing lines or smart detection zones and go in here and edit these as you would please. From here, I can click on my drive front camera, for example, and then I just have a basic scrubber here that I can, well, scrub basically through the day. Now, because this is an AI camera, we can go in here and look for specific things like people. If we click on cars, we can see all the cars. Because these cameras have ANPR, it's actually putting a name on these number plates, which is crazy. And that's how you get this to open your gates, for example. Now, you notice this scanning object at the top. This has put a box around me that I can now select. Clicking on this will then bring other matches up as to what you've selected. So you can see me here on the front drive earlier that same day. Now, to have those crazy AI features that I've just demonstrated, they only work on the new generation of cameras, the G6 line. The previous generations 4 and 5 can identify people and cars, but you need the generation 6 if you want to identify certain specific people or number plates. That and or an AI key. So I've got computer vision enhancement on these cameras, and then I've also got the next AI summary. This is where you can click on something within an image and it will scan for that specific thing. I have text-to-speech and license plate recognition turned off because my cameras natively support LPR, so I don't need the AI key to do that. And I also have facial recognition turned on, again, as it says here, enabling facial recognition for G4 and G5 cameras. The G6 cameras have facial recognition built in by proxy. Because I do own some G6 cameras and the AI key, you can basically type anything you want to find in here. So I could put white dog. There's all the times the camera has seen a white dog. There's all the times it's seen a grey Tesla. Like, there is so many options down here. The fact that you can choose all of these is absolutely bizarre to me. Like, look at all the vehicle brand types. Crazy stuff. Now, the alarm manager is what takes this system to the complete next level. Let me just show you. So if I create an alarm up here, this is how I can get notified if Atlas goes into the front garden, for example. So I could actually do an AI trigger here and put white dog. Then I choose the front garden camera, and then I can notify myself. And I can also add a custom message. So now if one of my AI cameras sees a white dog on the drive front, it will notify me to my phone and say Atlas is in the front garden. If you don't have an AI key or you don't have any of the new fancy G6 cameras, the older cameras can detect objects. So the same thing could be achieved by saying object, animal, in the drive front, and then send me a message. And this is also how you're able to scare birds off in the garden by doing an AI trigger with bird that would be then detected in the garden. And from there we could play a sound on the horn speaker, which is a bird of prey. So with this, you could get notified of basically anything. People with grey tops on, whether your package has been delivered or even whether a bird lands in your garden. If it can see it, it can notify you about it, which is nuts. This isn't just CCTV anymore. It's certainly not the cheapest setup, but I don't think it's meant to be. The great thing with Protect is you can start out small with a couple of maybe generation 3 or generation 4 cameras and then build as you go. And I couldn't even count on my hands the amount of Protect installs that I've done that have followed on with absolutely fantastic feedback from my clients. I've even replaced a handful of Hikvision systems with the Protect system, with the complaint from the client that the Hikvision system was just too hard and too faffy to navigate when they're trying to look back for older footage. And I think Protect really nailed that, with Ubiquiti being, well, primarily a software company first. At this stage now, Protect is a proper established ecosystem with a great lineup of cameras, from small little wireless ones to massive PTZ units. And I'm always testing all of this stuff, and at the moment I don't think a new system is coming close to Unify Protect. Anyway guys, we need to thank today's video sponsor, Squarespace. Shout out to our sponsor, Squarespace, the company that made making my website, mmwifi.io, an absolute breeze. Whether you're an expert or just starting out, Squarespace has got all the tools to make building your vision a reality. The new AI-powered tools are a game changer. From generating tailored templates to helping you refine your design, Squarespace makes it easy to bring your vision to life with just a few clicks. Plus, with their built-in SEO tools, your website will be optimized to reach the audience that you want it to reach, using search engines like Google, for example. It's the perfect way to grow your brand or business under the one unique platform. So if you're after getting started, you guys can save 10% on your first Squarespace purchase or domain by simply using code TechFlow, or go to squarespace.com/TechFlow, and we'll have that below the fold. Thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video.